this.
This is 4D Sports with Birdman and Newman.
All right, everyone, welcome to the debut episode of 4D Sports Podcast with Birdman and Newman. Welcome. This is Birdman. This is Newman. How are you this morning, sir?
Great.
Awesome.
Can't complain.
Well, I probably could, but it wouldn't do any good.
So we're going to go through the whole thing again? Do I need to tell everybody?
So, funny story.
I tell you, I saw a new one, though. Is that Varsity Blues?
Yes, that is John Moxon. That's the Mox, as he would say, with his extreme accent.
Underrated coach.
Underrated coach?
Underrated coach.
Okay.
He probably could have been a Josh Daniels.
If he hadn't gone to Brown and forgot about football altogether. Yeah, I can see that. But we are here. I've known this guy for years and years and years, and both big sports fans. And with this whole podcast thing, I decided to get this going. And then he messaged me, "Hey, let's do a sports podcast together." So I'm like, "Sure, what the hell? Let's do it. Let's have fun." So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna have a good time, and let y'all enjoy it. So. Little bit about me. I'm 39 years old. Big sports. Yeah.
39?
Yeah.
I don't feel so old now.
Yeah. Well, also mention the fact that I don't play any sports. This guy still plays basketball. I haven't played basketball in forever. So we were just talking a minute ago. I asked him if he wanted a beer, and he's like, no. And why did you say that you didn't want a beer?
This is a personal thing, but if you got to choose in your mid-30s, are you going to play sports or are you going to drink? And I can't do both, so I picked playing for a few months over drinking whiskey.
Okay.
My feet would swell, right? Then I couldn't walk for a week.
Yeah, you want to be able to walk. Walking's important.
It's essential to play basketball.
Yeah, it is. It is. Walking. Wheelchair basketball, but that's not my bag.
Not to that point yet. Give me about 10 years. Not to that point yet.
All right, so let's get rolling here. We're gonna have a good time today. We'll start with the game last night and Rockets Warriors. I think both of us wanted the Rockets to win. Both of us are a little disappointed with all of that. But, I thought the Rockets could do it. I thought the Rockets had a shot at doing it. But then, I don't know.
I thought the Rockets blew it. Game 5. Right there. Game 6. What are you going to do? Right? James Harden?
Yeah.
You a fan? I've never been a fan. He sucked me in. This year, and for anyone that has known me for, I guess since he got traded to the Rockets, I hate the way James Harden plays basketball. Can't stand the flopping and the flipping and the throwing your arms up and just getting fouled on every play.
I'm with you.
So he got, and it was, what was it? Was it Warriors hate? And I just wanted somebody to beat him, right? Because I was going for the Clippers.
Yeah.
But I really legitimately thought James Harden was going to step it up. All these guys have saying, Magic, Bird, Jordan, Kobe. James Harden can't do it. Right?
You thought he was going to beard up and get out there.
Well, he's averaging all these points. Only 4 or 5 people's ever done this.
This is what I will, until he gets a ring, here's what I'm going to see when it comes to James Harden and the playoffs. Well, see, and I don't think so either. Here's what I'm going to see. All I'm going to remember, and maybe this is a Spurs fan in me, but all I'm going to remember is him taking that shot and Manu just stuffing the hell out of him from behind.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to see when I see James Harden, is that block from over. That's all I'm going to see.
He disappears.
He disappears. He does. They had an opportunity. Durant was out. All they had to do, and they're a defensive team, all they had to do was take care of Curry and Clay.
Well, you say that like it's easy.
I know. But they've been there the whole time with Durant there. Is Golden State a better... Here's my next question. Is Golden State a better team without Durant?
Well, they won 73 games.
They won 73 games. They don't...
That's a double-edged question. I mean, how can you say yes? You can't say yes.
You can't. You got one of the greatest players of all time.
Without Durant? No.
You got one of the greatest players of all time there. But I almost don't know if he doesn't take away from shots of Curry and Clay.
Well, he's going to take away shots.
Yeah.
But those other guys, they know how to play in that system.
True. That's true.
Curry, it took Durant getting hurt for Curry to get ready. Let's go.
And my thought process on that also is...
33 points in a half. That's
does that not
impressive.
Say something? Does Curry feel like he's over here, and the team's over here, and maybe he needs to be a little bit more part of it. Durant's over here. I don't know. I don't know.
Curry is so laid back. He just doesn't care. He's like, hey, we're gonna go play basketball. Give me the ball. I'm gonna shoot threes. I'm gonna make buckets.
He's a winner.
Durant's out. I got this.
He's a winner.
I was very... I guess you just forget, right? You forget. I forgot. I'm sitting there watching the game last night going, of course.
Yeah.
You got Chris Paul and James Harden on one team, and you've got Curry and Durant. If it was NBA Jam, right, 2-on-2, then maybe Harden would have won. But it's not.
He's on fire.
And you got Green. Green played very well.
Draymond's a sleeper. Dude, just like
he doesn't seem like he's a big fan.
It's time to play. All right, let's go.
Of Durant, so
yeah,
maybe that fired him up a little bit.
My thought is that unless he's playing next round, I haven't heard anything. I haven't checked many headlines, this morning or anything like that. I think that limping off the court. Maybe unless he continues on, that's going to be the last. I don't think he's in Golden State next year. I think Durant's gone. I think he's in New York. I think he's already packed.
He's with the Nets, huh?
Okay. Brooklyn, all right. Brooklyn, maybe. I can't stop seeing Durant and Kyrie on the Knicks.
Do you want to see him a Knick though?
Do I want to? I think basketball is better when the Knicks and the Lakers
I hear this a lot.
Are good. Because the media market. I think it just that's just how I feel. I think basketball is better when those teams are better because the media just it's like the Dallas Cowboys. The media loves the Dallas Cowboys. They talk Cowboys no matter what. And I think it's the same thing with the Knicks and the Lakers. So when they're there, the media covers them, and that boosts the game. That's just my opinion. And I know you say you hear it a lot. Other people do have that opinion, but I don't know.
A lot of people have that opinion, and that's what this is, right? An opinion show.
Sure, it's editorial, brother. It's an editorial.
So, but I would say all that stuff to me, what are we in 2019, about to be 2020? Mm-hmm. Does it really matter? Does it matter? I mean, if Kevin Durant goes and plays for the Iowa 49ers or whatever the D-League team is, he's going to get exposure. He's going to get...
The Fort Wayne Mad Ants.
There you go. He scores 85 points a game. People are going to notice.
Yeah.
And give people
social
an excuse
media.
To go to Iowa. So, I dig it. I do think he's going to be in New York. But I wouldn't... I don't know. He's kind of a different dude. I could also see if, they lose or something in the next round against the Nuggets.
Okay, future talking point. You got the Nuggets.
That I could see them. I could see him going, you know what? Let's give it one more year.
Okay.
If they win, I think he's gone.
So you think he's going to give it one more year. So what do you think he feels he needs to accomplish there?
Well, I would say, obviously, he doesn't need to accomplish anything. He's back-to-back finals MVP. He single-handedly beat LeBron twice.
Yeah.
And ran Kyrie out of town.
Yeah. Yeah, he I could definitely see that. I see Durant. I just don't see him there anymore. I see him. He's always been that guy. I mean, I think he's the best player in the game right now. That's my opinion. I'm not a big fan of Durant, but I'm smart enough to know that he's the best player in the game, in my opinion. He's always been second. He's always been a second banana everywhere he went. The coach, in Oklahoma City, they put their arms around Westbrook. They go to Golden State, yeah, he's better, but Curry's the man. So, does he want to be the man?
I never understood the Oklahoma thing. What arms did they? Westbrook is kind of crazy.
Yeah,
right. He's,
to say the least.
He loves basketball. He only knows one speed on how to play basketball. I'd rather play with a guy like that. And he was younger. And if you look at him now, hindsight is whatever. But if I'm Durant, I'm going, go back.
Yeah.
Go back. People in Oklahoma will forgive if he wants to do
Kevin Durant, of course.
Wants to do a LeBron apology tour, and I think he should. But I do agree, he is the best He is the best basketball player in the world. As far as if you were going to play, a lot of people, if you're going to pick a team. Aliens are coming, right? The Space Jam plot. Who are you picking first?
Space Jam here?
Who are you picking first for your? You want to go live on Moron Mountain, but I'm picking Durant.
Yeah, I am too. Speaking of people who just kind of take off, you want to talk about Kawhi's Toronto Raptors and series here? What's going to happen there? Who do you got in that one?
I was. Can I just Kawhi rant for a minute?
Please. Let's do it.
So growing up, I was a Laker fan.
Yeah, I remember that.
Always loved the Lakers. Kobe, Shaq, then Kobe, and we always laid the smackdown on the Spurs.
Yeah, I don't say always.
Most of the time.
Say always.
I think they got us. They got us at 03. I think that was it. 99 and 03.
Yep.
Is what they got. But around 2011, I grew up a little bit from basketball, and I really started appreciating basketball. And the Spurs were playing just an unbelievable something that's maybe never been seen, won't be seen.
The style.
Just pass, shoot three, open three. Tim Duncan, get out of here, right?
Yeah, for sure.
There is. So, anyways, see, I went off. I got distracted by. I'm looking at Tony Parker, Tim Duncan, and Manu Ginobili, and David Robinson, for that matter.
You're going on a Kawhi rant.
Oh, Kawhi, yeah. So they get Kawhi, I think, in 11, 2011, maybe 12. No, I think it was 11. Draft of 11, and I knew he was going to be good. He was just, you could just tell he knew. You knew something. You knew by the way he played defense, he was going to be a good basketball player.
Yeah,
and. Of course, Chip England taught him how to shoot, but which doesn't hurt at all. And I was like seeing the next 20 years of Spurs basketball.
Yes,
and then something happened, and everybody that liked the Spurs. Here's my point: everyone that liked the Spurs had to hate Kawhi for what he did. Justifiably, I get it. Spurs fans didn't like the way he left. But, just a little funny stories. I put a bobblehead Kawhi on Facebook Marketplace.
I remember that. I remember seeing that.
The first 25 responses I got was, nobody in San Antonio wants this. Nobody in San Antonio wants this. So I just took it off. And that's when I realized, wow, they're really, that's really a thing. And I thought it was just maybe, out of sight, out of mind. We got DeRozan, whatever. But I go Raptors, to answer your question.
Okay.
And I love the way Kawhi Leonard plays basketball. I love watching him play basketball. I love watching him play defense. I don't love his cornrows, but I love...
Well, thank God that doesn't matter.
I love everything about how he plays basketball, and I don't want to. My wife doesn't like that opinion because she's not a big fan of Kawhi. But after watching him the first round in these last 6 games, I love I almost want to buy a Raptor number 2 jersey with my American Express card, so when he changes teams next year, I can get a new jersey. But so Raptors by I think the line is 5.5, so I will take I'll take the Raptors to cover.
Okay, so my thoughts on Kawhi. I love the way he plays the game. I am a hardcore Spurs fan. I am frustrated with the way he left.
You're a hardcore Spurs fan? I'm shocked.
He did piss me off. Oh, you know I'm a hardcore. I had a Kawhi signed jersey hanging up where David Robinson was. He came down and got sold. I'm just saying, the guy... Okay, I had a conversation with a guy who covered for the Spurs, was a Spurs beat writer. He said at least 4 times Kawhi told Pop, okay, on this date, I'm going. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to play. And then all 4 times, either that day or the day before, he called and said, yeah, I'm not playing. Stuff like that gets to me. You are a professional. This is your job. If you're ready to go and you're telling me you're ready to go, and now all of a sudden, yeah, I'm not playing, you sound like a 5-year-old. That's just me. That's just my thoughts. He frustrates me. He's a great player. The Raptors are going to win.
So then you jump into a society issue of, sports podcast, right?
Sports
podcast. I
podcast.
Don't want to go down that rabbit hole.
Millennials, what?
That is kind of where we're at.
Yeah.
He missed 4 games this year.
Sure. Why though?
Because he had to rest. Load management, right?
Load management. Yes.
Came up
load management.
With that term.
Yeah.
Load management. All these old guys on ESPN, it's really funny to hear them because they don't know what to do. They don't know what to say. The executives, I'm sure, listen, you can't go out there and poo-poo on LeBron and Kawhi for missing games for load management because that wouldn't be good.
No.
Not good for business to say anything negative about LeBron. Which, by the way, can I tell everybody that LeBron's the only one in here that is absent?
Yeah. We're looking at my man room for those of y'all who can't
LeBron.
see it. Sports memorabilia everywhere.
But
there is no LeBron.
There is no LeBron. Or Kawhi, for that matter. But
Kawhi was, but no more. No mas.
But I think that's just where we're going.
Yeah. Times have changed. People have changed. The world has changed. Sixers, are they getting rid of Embiid or Simmons, you think? Because they have a problem. Because Embiid needs the lane and Simmons needs the lane. Do you think...
Quick answer, no.
Quick answer, no. Okay. Yeah. I mean...
I agree with that point.
I think they need to figure it out. Because they've got a team, if they can figure it out, that can win titles. They've got the talent to win titles. They've got to learn how to shoot the damn ball.
You know who they could use? Is LeBron.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I could see that, but then you got another guy driving the paint.
Well, I mean, LeBron's the best point guard, right? Best point guard for the last 10 years.
Yeah.
And he almost went there. If you listen to the...
Oh, yeah.
If you watch enough television, he almost went anywhere. But he was seriously, I guess, considering the 76ers.
Yeah, and I mean, could you imagine? Simmons, Embiid, LeBron... You're winning rings.
Shooters.
Yeah.
He had Redick. He's got that other guy.
Yeah.
I don't know his name, but he can jump out of the gym. 25, I think, or 24, maybe.
I can't remember.
I can't keep up with all the names.
Yeah.
But no, the 76ers, I think you got to stay with what you got until it absolutely... Maybe it's the coach. right? He's been getting a lot of backlash.
Brett?
Ex-Spurs coach.
Yeah, Brett. Oh, man. Come on now. Brett, he's doing what he can, but yeah, I mean, it's looking like a situation where you are having to look at that when you have so much talent. But I mean, is it bad if they lose to a 2 seed when they're a 3 seed?
No.
I mean, you're not supposed to win, are you?
The expectation was Embiid was supposed to make it to the conference final. We were supposed to have Giannis Embiid conference finals, right? They've been saying that since February.
Giannis going to beat the Warriors?
Yes.
Think so?
Yes.
I do too.
6 games.
I think the Bucks
with
beat the
Durant
Warriors.
or without Durant.
I think the Bucks. I'm in that boat. I don't.
Breaking news, huh? Did you hear it?
Hey,
breaking news!
What?
Right before I came over here, I got a tweet.
What I miss?
It just popped in my head, and maybe we might have to double fact check, right?
Okay.
We don't want it to be fake news.
No.
But Boogie is ready for Game 1.
Really? Okay. Let's do this. Let's play. I mean, Bucks got something. They've got something. Can you imagine Milwaukee if the Bucks win? I mean, that's who would have expected that? I mean, before Giannis.
Well, before Giannis, but Giannis is something else.
Oh yeah,
he's absolutely incredible. I watched him take 2 steps past the half court line and dunk it. 2 steps.
Wow.
He caught the ball right over half court, took 2 steps and dunked it, and I almost fell over.
I don't see the physics in that.
I don't either. There's a photo, and I'm sure if people Google it, or you Google Giannis hurdle, maybe it'll come up. But he's got the ball in his hands, and his legs look like the splits, but he's in the air. And he looks...
Wow.
I don't know, Game of Thrones fans out there, he looks like one of those giants.
Like you're doing the long jump?
Yeah.
You're ready to do the long jump?
Like the long jump.
Wow. So,
absolutely insane.
Horrible segue. There is no segue. Football talk. You got, one big story right now. You got, Cowboys about to pay Dak Prescott $30 million. You got, half of the people saying, no way, get rid of him, he's not worth it. And then you got the other half, such as myself and you, what I found out earlier is that's the market. Who are you going to get? If you don't sign him, he knows the system. The players love him. The coaches love him. He's won, 2 division championships out of 3 years. Granted, Zeke and, the other team has a little bit to do with that. But who are you going to get? Does he not deserve more than Kirk Cousins? Does he not deserve more than a lot of these guys who are making over $20 million who don't deserve it? He doesn't deserve Russell Wilson money, Aaron Rodgers money, but they're making over $30 million. So where are we at? I mean, Dak does, in my opinion, he's going to get his $30 million, and I don't think it's a bad play.
I would say you have to pay Dak. You have to have a quarterback. He has, he has brought you to the playoffs.
Yeah.
3 out of, what is this, 2 out of 3 years?
Yeah.
Is that all he's been around, 3 years? So, I love Tony Romo, but
oh yeah,
Romo, we weren't consistently in the playoffs.
No, we weren't.
And not all that was Romo's fault, but got to pay Dak, you got to pay Zeke, you got to pay everybody. You get one of the Stephen Jones was on interview the other day saying that he hopes that some of the players understand that they need to take discounts, not max. They said, some guys won't max out, and if they're okay with not maxing out, we'll win a Super Bowl. And that's a tough spot, especially when you can't play football forever.
Yeah,
and you need to get paid.
Yeah,
I would say, pay him.
Yeah, you got to pay him. I mean, you got guys, of course, like Brady and Breeze that are taking less money, but they've made their money. They've won their rings. They want more rings. So that's what they're doing. Dak hasn't made his money yet.
So who's Dak? Who would you take other than Dak?
Who would I take, or who could I get that I would take for that money?
So you got
in this market.
You got $30 million.
Got $30 million.
Would you rather have Dak or Aaron Rodgers?
With this team?
Yeah.
I mean, you got to say A-Rod, don't you?
Ooh, no.
No?
I'd take Dak.
Over A-Rod?
Over A-Rod.
I've just seen A-Rod beat us too many times. You know, he's got that magic.
But Dak outplayed him every time. A lot of that was coaching mistakes.
Yeah.
You can't leave the guy a minute.
God, tell me about that.
With 2 timeouts.
Oh, you ain't kidding.
You know, and what's his name? Crossbar guy.
Oh, can we just get Seth Payton in Dallas, please?
Makes 2, 50-some-yard field goals. One of them starts out, I really thought we had won the game. It starts out like a hook, right, and it fades back in.
Yeah, it's like a golf shot.
Yeah, it was terrible.
Yeah. Oh.
So I lost, we lost some bets on that deal, but...
So we agree Dak's going to get $30 million, and he's worth $30 million.
I agree that you should pay him $30 million.
Yeah. I mean, okay.
And they better, or you're going to be stuck...
You're SOL. Who do you got? Who's their? Who's their backup?
Romo.
You know what?
That's my conspiracy. If Dak ever gets hurt, Romo's coming back.
I wish that healthy Romo, had the team that Dak has now.
He almost did.
He almost did, but he couldn't be healthy.
He almost did. I really thought. Well,
did they win a ring? If Romo's healthy that year, did they win a ring? Romo with Zeke, with Dez, with that O-line, with that D-line.
It is so hard. You know, one other rant, if I was going to go on, would be how easy people think it is to win championships. These guys on TV, it's like, it's just foregone conclusion. LeBron goes to LA, they're going to get it, they're going to win a championship, they get AD, it's done. All they got to do is play the games. It's like, no, the games are hard.
Yeah.
It's not easy. Just because you got the best, players doesn't mean you're automatically going to win the championship. Golden State's a little bit different because they've got like 4.
Oh, God.
But
they're just ridiculous.
But, prior to that, it's not like the easiest thing in the world to win a championship. So I don't know.
True.
If they would have won, they would have had a shot. Absolutely. Could Tony Romo have played better than Dak in that Green Bay game?
Yes.
I don't know.
Romo beats Rodgers. That's my opinion. Just my opinion.
But he didn't.
He didn't. He wasn't there. You're right.
If anyone ever watches the football life of Tony Romo,
I haven't seen that yet.
Oh, you're missing out because there is a 10-minute, well, maybe even less than that, 5 or 10 minute section of that 2013 was it playoff game? It was the Dez catch, whatever the Dez catch was.
Oh, God.
And
it was a catch. I like that you called it the catch.
He was so upset. His wife was so upset. His wife was crying in the documentary.
Wow.
He was crying in the documentary because he knew that if they would have beat Aaron Rodgers, he said there's not a doubt in my mind we would have went to the Super Bowl and won the Super Bowl that year. We were that good, and we...
I wouldn't deny that.
He just... The conviction that he had in his voice was like, yeah. I think everybody felt that.
I need to watch that. I like that.
I do it. It's sad.
I think...
It's very sad.
I think he is possibly one of, if not the most underrated quarterback in Cowboys history. I think he is top 2.
Oof. See, I would disagree. I would say he's properly rated.
You think?
Properly rated.
Where do you think he's rated?
Wherever you think Tony Romo should be is probably where he should be. So
top 2.
If you think he's top 2, then he should be top 2.
I think he's top 2. I think my Cowboys fans, that are my age.
So top 2, you're going to go Aikman, Romo?
It's hard for me to put Aikman there. And I knew you were going to have a reaction, and I'll tell you why. Romo never had who Aikman had. Romo never had the players that Aikman had.
You can't play that game, though. Because then you could just go down the line.
Yeah. I mean, if you're going by stats, yes, Aikman was better. But I felt that Romo never got his fair shake, and I felt that, numbers-wise, if you go numbers-wise, stats-wise, he's there.
Yeah.
He's there.
Game-winning drives, he's there.
I mean, the only thing he doesn't have is the rings. But you can't win that yourself.
Football's harder, but...
Yes.
That, so we just went off on Tony Romo now.
Yeah.
He shot a +8 in Byron Nelson.
Oh, yeah?
Best score that he has recorded at a PGA event.
He's an athlete, man.
So
he's an athlete.
I'm looking forward to him being a golfer. I think that's fun. I also think he ought to announce the Masters.
That would be badass.
And he should do as many games as he wants in football, but he should definitely announce the Masters, or at least be on the ground at the Masters, where where you can get down by the holes and stuff.
Stupid question, maybe. Does he ever play again? Football?
No.
No? He's done.
He's done.
Yeah, probably right. Because, when you're out of the game that long, he's got a family, and he's got his little Chaps commercials now, and,
I wondered if that was him on the...
It is, and ads, too. They're all over the place, man. It's hilarious.
So Dak gets $30 million. You pay Zeke. You pay all these guys.
Cooper.
They can afford it. The cap's going up in football.
Yep.
Right?
Gotta pay.
So
gotta pay.
Pay everybody that you possibly can, and go win a championship. And that'll hold the fan base for a couple of years if you want to go cheap.
Yeah. I mean, hell, you gotta. I don't know what.
1995.
1995. Wow, you gonna bring me back? Super Bowl 30.
Last time they won a
Super Bowl 30. Man, good times.
This guy George Bush was probably a governor of Texas. That's how long ago it was.
If that, man. But Cowboys need a lot of pieces now. They need D-line, they need O-line. Well, they have D-line, they have O-line, but they got, they just, I just feel like there's holes to plug. Safety.
Can we go back one real quick about Tony Romo?
Yeah, please.
He, he had awesome players. Just for the record, he had T.O.
T.O. killed locker rooms, though.
Oh, here we go.
He did.
Here we go.
He did. As a player,
You know what kills locker rooms? Not winning. That kills locker rooms.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a fact. I don't know. I loved T.O. when he was out there making plays. I hated T.O. when he was. I don't know. I just felt like so many people had issues with him in the locker room, and it just felt like dividing the locker room.
So here's a first take.
Okay.
Hot take for you, right?
All right.
That Stephen A. and Max would argue about. LeBron James is the T.O. of the NBA. LeBron James has just as much chaos, just as much control issues, character issues are starting to come out now. Everybody was pro LeBron. He starts losing a few games, blah, blah, blah. Now, what's on TV every 10 seconds? LeBron. He's not even in the playoffs. LeBron.
I hate that.
Ty Lue, LeBron.
Why are we talking about that? I hate that. I hate that they do that. LeBron is not here. We need to be talking about guys like Giannis.
So, I'm just saying, maybe he's a calmed down version of, but if you talk to some of those people, I know the Kuzma and those guys would probably say, yeah, he's not a good teammate.
Yeah, Chris Bosh said that. Chris Bosh said he's hard as hell to play with. I see it. And you know what? That's a good point. I can see that. The difference is
T.O. was more vocal media.
More vocal
like that.
media.
But LeBron does his little Twitter thing. Little cryptic tweets.
Yeah.
Kind of like never underestimate the heart of a champion last night. Was that a dig at Houston? Because I believe a coach, Rudy T, Said never underestimate the heart of a champion. LeBron tweets it out. The Warriors win.
I missed that, but yeah, I could definitely see that as a dig. But who's it a dig at? Is it the whole team?
I don't know.
Is it Harden?
Him and Paul are like best buddies.
Yeah, it's kind of messed up. Well, CP3 though, I mean, it's hard to see him go from at one point top 2, one of the greatest point guards of all time, to now just trying to almost come up with tactics and ways to stay in the game. Like he's not. It's hard to see him aging like he is. I used to want him so bad in San Antonio, and now it's like, yeah, of course he's getting older. That happens. But I don't know. It's hard to see these guys who you used to think were like, wow, he's phenomenal. Just game pass him by, and it's going to happen to everybody. It's going to happen to LeBron if it hasn't already started.
Well, I think you could definitely tell it started with LeBron.
Yeah.
He played good though, but I don't know.
He can't do that 2-step from the half-court dunk like Giannis anymore. No,
he can't. But he can still dunk in someone's face.
Yes, he can.
LeBron's another one. I know we segued back into basketball, but I think he goes through deals where people hate him, love him, hate him, love him. I know I did that.
Yeah.
When he first came in, I was like, ugh. He goes to Miami, bigger ugh. Then he goes back to Cleveland, and it felt different. And he acted different, or it looked like it. He sounded different, like, hell yeah. So, when he went to the Lakers, I was like, oh, that's cool. That's going to be, that's going to be fun. People are going to want to play with him. I didn't, and then all this stuff, it's been 18 months, I think, that people really have started, like, going against him. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I just hear it differently.
No, you're right. You're right. I heard the same, like, Kawhi all of a sudden didn't want to play for the Lakers.
Yeah. Giannis doesn't want to be in Space Jam 2.
What's his name? Paul George. You got a lot of guys that are saying, oh, I want to be a Laker. All of a sudden, I don't want to be a Laker anymore.
And Magic didn't want to be a Laker, which is weird.
I don't know what the hell happened there. He just all of a sudden, you know what, guys, I was kidding.
Conspiracy theory, I think LeBron's crew
pushed him out.
I think so.
Really?
I do.
Okay. I mean, hey, why not?
I think there's some. If you watch The Shop on HBO, there's.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
There is. I've watched I enjoy The Shop. I think it's a cool show for what it is. It's, no one's gonna. It's LeBron's show, right? So no one's gonna challenge him at his own show.
Sure.
LeBron says some good things in it. Gets some good dialogue going. But the fact that his buddy Rich Paul and all his crew, I think they just, I hate to use the word mafia style, but not that serious. But I think they have their little clique, and we run what we want to run, and if you don't like it, my trump card is LeBron James is the best basketball player in the world.
Yeah.
Or was, until Kevin Durant, right? But 1A, 1B, however you want to do it.
Sure.
And so that's like their thing is like, oh, well, maybe LeBron doesn't want to play for you. Or maybe LeBron won't do, I think they use that a lot. And maybe not to LeBron's knowledge. Obviously, I have no information. I see it in other parts of life, right? You work for different people, different companies, and you see the main guy or whatever, and you see kind of how he operates, and then sometimes you see, okay, well, he operates that way because he's got this guy.
Can I throw a hot take / unpopular opinion?
Absolutely.
LeBron James has been done with basketball. LeBron James went to LA for media, for future, for the shop, shows of that nature. And I think that's why he signed with the Lakers, is because it was in LA. And I mean, he's going to play basketball, but I don't think he is, in his mindset, I don't think basketball is number one anymore.
I would say that's not an unpopular opinion. I would say people think that. I find it hard to believe, though. I think, I mean, it could. Obviously, that could be the case, but I think I don't know. These guys love basketball. You don't make it to the NBA without loving.
Oh, for sure.
Some people do make it to the NBA without loving it, but they don't do anything. You know.
Yeah.
But LeBron, I think, is a little bit different. I think he has to. I think he wants to do this other stuff. I think he still loves basketball. I just don't think he has the. He needs people, right? He needs a Ginobili. He needs a Parker. You know, he needs a Kobe type take over the game. Kyrie Irving took over Game 7, right?
But with that, the fact that he needs that, does that end all of this conversation about LeBron surpassing Michael Jordan?
Absolutely. That should never
have been a conversation.
That should have been over in 17.
Yeah.
Should have been over in 18.
I think it should have been over before that. I don't think LeBron ever reached that pinnacle. I think you got tier 1, which is Jordan, and he's tier 2, along with Kareem and some of the others. But
this is where we should have like a whole podcast on LeBron James versus Michael Jordan.
We'll do that.
I have, and it's an age thing, I think. I have friends that I play basketball with that are mid-20s, even younger. Some of them are 20, 21, 22, 23. And they would, and I've had these debates at my house, where they just disagree so much with the Jordan argument.
Because they watched YouTube. So they watched YouTube so they know how Jordan played.
And, and it usually ends up being a triangle. It usually ends up being Jordan, Kobe, LeBron. It usually goes there eventually. So you can't just have a LeBron, Kobe, or LeBron and
Mike.
Yeah, MJ. Excuse me, MJ. Conversation, because Kobe somehow always creeps in there, and maybe that's my fault. But
no, I could always put Kobe in there. I could throw Kobe in there. I could throw Duncan in there.
You could.
I could throw Duncan as a GOAT. I mean, you take everything in what he's done. You take his trophies, you take his stats, you take his leadership. Pop will be the first one to tell you that Pop is Pop because of Tim.
Yeah, maybe Pop should have retired with Tim.
Hey, a lot of people say that, and Pop at one time said he was going to retire when Tim retired.
Yeah, I remember that.
But what kept him was good old number 2. Number 2 on the jersey, number 2 in your hearts, and number 2 in the bathroom over there, in my opinion. But anyway, I mean, I don't know. I feel like the LeBron Jordan conversation, like you were saying, is all based on generations.
I think there's a difference between greatest basketball player and the greatest of all time. LeBron is most likely the greatest basketball player, but he's not the greatest of all time. I think those are two different things. I think anything, just the winner that MJ was, the assassin that MJ was, and if you go to YouTube, you can YouTube. I did this the other day for like an hour. I just YouTubed Michael Jordan stories of other people talking about Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
And about how they went to dinner and Jordan had to win at ordering. And the guy, I don't remember who, it might have been Jimmy Kimmel, but somebody was like, well, how do you win at ordering? He goes, and the guy, I don't even remember who it was. Might have been B.J. Armstrong, Horace Grant, somebody. But they're going, I don't know. I have no idea how you win at ordering, but I know he let me know that he won at ordering. And so that's...
competitive.
Yeah, there's a difference between... I don't know. To me, if I was smarter, I could probably use a word to explain what I'm trying to explain. But greatest basketball player and greatest of all time, I think, are two different categories.
Okay. Yeah, we're going to have that in a future podcast because I think that's a story that people will definitely pay attention to. My thought is Michael Jordan, when you walked, and players, teammates of his have said this, when you walked onto the court with Michael Jordan, you knew you were going to win that game. You knew he would not let you lose. Come playoff time, come in, and 6-0. NBA Finals 6-0. You were not going to lose with Michael Jordan. He put everybody on his back, flew, whether it was drunk, overhung, whatever. Overhung, yeah, that's my term for it. You were going to win the game. You were not going to lose with Michael Jordan. And that says something. Teammates of LeBron don't have that. Teammates of LeBron don't have that mentality that you're going to win when you get on the court with LeBron James. Because, and it could be so many reasons, but in my opinion, one of those reasons is simply at the end of the game, Jordan wanted the damn ball. Period. You put the ball in his hands, he was going to make it happen. Didn't matter what it took.
He wanted to win or lose by his choice.
LeBron wanted to pass the ball.
Yeah, because he's a basketball player.
Yes. Yeah, and I'm not denying that. LeBron is phenomenal. I just think the GOAT is Jordan. Because
No argument here.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's... Damn, we don't have any, Well, no, we had some disagreements, but I'm just saying, we seem to agree on a lot of shit there.
Yeah, when you talk about Michael Jordan, it's hard to disagree.
Agreed.
His work,
it speaks for itself.
Is what it is.
Yeah, it speaks for itself.
How are you going to disagree with 6-0?
You can't.
How are you going to disagree with, 10 straight years of scoring titles, 5 MVPs,
and if he doesn't take 2 years off,
6 Finals MVPs. If he doesn't get suspended in '94
for gambling,
he
take 2 years off and play baseball.
Yeah, he probably
he wins 2 more.
He probably wins 2 more. Or I tell you, I don't know how long you want to talk about MJ, but because I could go all day.
Yeah, I know.
And but he made a statement in, I think it was a Ahmad Rashad interview, which I don't understand. Nobody ever brings it up, but he wanted to be beat. He said, he goes, I wanted someone to beat us in the finals, so I knew that we were done. He goes, even to this day, he goes, I don't think we're done. I said, we could, 99, we would have won. Nobody wanted to come back, right? They didn't want to pay anybody. They got rid of Phil. They got rid of Pippen. They got rid of Rodman. And so if you could ever find that, I believe it's Ahmad. He's like, yeah. He goes, I wanted to play until somebody beat us. I didn't want to be undefeated in the finals. I wanted to know that there was somebody better. Somebody beat us. And
so he wanted that competition.
He wanted to be beat.
Yeah, I mean,
that way he knew it was over.
Why not?
That was kind of why he said he came back in 02 or whatever, or 01, was to, he needed to be Yellard. He needed someone just take me out and get rid of me, because I'm going to keep coming back.
So as huge basketball fans, were we shorted some amazing NBA Finals series, Bulls Rockets, in 94-95? Were we shorted those? Were we stunted those? Hakeem, Clyde,
I mean, the Bulls that year almost beat the Knicks.
Yeah.
If you look at the bad call, right?
Yeah.
Anybody listening to this probably knows basketball history, but 94 Knicks Bulls, there was a terrible call.
Mm-hmm.
And then Pippen sulked because he didn't get to shoot the game-winning shot. Tony Kukoc did.
Tony.
So if Jordan's there, those things don't happen.
Sure. But would those have been some amazing NBA Finals games? I mean, you got Bulls, you got Rockets, you got Jordan, Hakeem, Clyde. I mean, Jordan versus Clyde.
They'll be Rocket people or Hakeem people that'll say, well,
it wouldn't have mattered.
You know.
Well, that's because that's what they have. Those finals are all they have. Those championships, you know, that's their Rockets championships. Those are their rings of those 2 years.
Well, the Bulls never needed a center to win, you know.
Cartwright, Stacey King. Kukoc was a 4, right? He was a power forward. Will Perdue, before he came to the Spurs in that horrible trade for Dennis Rodman.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, God, that's gross. Anyway, I'm not even going to go there.
Spurs Bulls 95.
Could have been. I'm not even going to go there. Oh, that makes me sick. But,
anyways, Michael Jordan, greatest player of all time.
Facts.
Greatest.
No lies.
The greatest of all time. Maybe LeBron's the greatest basketball player of all time. I think they're different.
They are different. And I never even thought about it like that, but the way you described it makes a lot of sense.
It's like I'm sitting here looking at your wrestling poster, right?
Uh-huh.
So, Stone Cold, I see him there.
Yeah.
He's probably the greatest of all time. But
yeah,
he's not the greatest wrestler of all time.
No. Greatest wrestler.
Right? I see Ric Flair on there. He's probably the greatest wrestler of all time, Ric Flair. But
possibly. But honestly, you got other guys who I think, you know, Rick's right there. But I mean, as far as wrestler goes, I think there's guys out now that probably would out wrestle Rick. Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle, he's done. But Angle, you know, he's a. You know, they don't let him wrestle, and I don't like his, you know, what he's doing now. And we can have a wrestling podcast too. We could go Attitude Era because I know that was more your bag there,
I don't
the
know.
Rock and whatnot.
I don't know much about the wrestling stuff nowadays, but
we could go Attitude Era.
Stone Cold and The Rock were kind of my 10, maybe it was 10 or 11.
Were you that young?
Yeah.
2001.
What was that?
WrestleMania X7. How old were you in 2001?
2001, I was 14.
Okay. Yeah, okay, 10, 11. Yeah, that's when they were starting out.
So
going IC title and whatnot.
I don't... I'm just saying, but there's a difference, right? So Stone Cold could be the greatest of all time for what he did. But the greatest wrestler of all time would be, you know... I don't know if Shawn Michaels is on that, but Shawn Michaels was one.
HBK, Flair. Yeah, I mean... Brock
but
Lesnar.
To me, you know, Hulk Hogan, you too, could be like a Stone Cold type. He wasn't a great wrestler, but he was awesome. He drew all the money.
Oh yeah, and that's what makes you the greatest in wrestling, right?
Got all the money, so
drawing the money. The Rock,
I'm sure.
Stone Cold.
Seems like the good wrestlers didn't have, you know, they weren't.
Well, because
they weren't box office.
Because it's some, you know, no, of course not. Because they weren't entertaining, and that you know, that's the greatest. One of the greatest wrestling comments I ever heard was when Ted Turner bought WCW. And he called up Vince Young and he said, "Hey, Vince, just want to let you know I'm in the wrestling business." And Vince said, "Well, that's great, Ted, but that means we're in different businesses. I'm not in the wrestling business. I'm in the entertainment business." I mean, wrestling hasn't been quote-unquote wrestling in a long time. Yeah, hell, I mean, one of them made it, one of them didn't, you know. And that was, you know, to go off of what your conversation was earlier, talking about, you know, Jordan saying he wanted to be beat. You know, when Vince bought WCW, he didn't buy WCW to avoid the competition. He bought it because it was for sale. He had comments later that said he wishes WCW would have stayed around because he loved having that competition because it pushed him. But they went under. He
did buy them. I forgot about that.
Yeah, they went under. And somebody had to buy him. Hell, you know, you want Booker T in there? You want, you know, possible future bring in Sting and all that, or do you want someone else to have him? Hell,
old school names, huh?
Hey, why not?
Taking it back.
Yes, sir.
No, that was I'm just looking around. That was my best analogy for the LeBron
No, that's good.
Jordan thing.
That's phenomenal. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. It's a good click, and I like it. I agree with you. I think the greatest of all time and the greatest basketball player of all time absolutely be completely different.
Could it be different? Maybe not. Maybe
no, it is.
Maybe it can't be.
No, because I mean,
it'd be interesting to see if the 2 or 3 people that listen to this have an opinion.
Hey, come on now. But I mean, I guess that's probably a good stopping point, at least for today.
Can I say one other thing?
Oh, please.
1998. A lot of people, there's a lot of. I watch a lot of sports. And,
that's
these guys. They always talk about Pippen and Jordan never won without Pippen, and Pippen was. Mostly it's Shannon. I think Shannon Sharp says a lot of that.
Yeah, Shannon Sharp's a friggin' idiot. I'm sorry.
But he, if anyone, I don't know why nobody ever brings up 1998 Game 6 where Pippen hurt his back in the first 5 seconds of the game, and he hardly plays, and he can't bend over, and Michael Jordan shot. I don't know how many shots he shot. He scored 45 points, but he didn't play very good. He played good. He didn't shoot very well. And it was pretty much all his offense. I think the game, I don't know what the final score was, maybe 85 to 84, maybe something like that, 86, 85. Jordan scored 45 points. Where was Pippen in that game? Where was Pippen in 97?
Yeah.
96, or maybe... I mean, there was a couple of times, that Pippen took over a game.
Sure.
But I don't think, I don't think that it was... Pippen was a great player. Top 50 greatest of all time. Definitely.
That doesn't put you in Jordan's class.
And
that doesn't put you into a category where someone can say Jordan can't win without Pippen. Jordan could win with anybody. But I agree
with some of that, where Jordan maybe needed Pippen regular season to get through to win games, because Pippen and Jordan defensively were out of control.
Oh yeah.
But when it got to a specific game, hey, this is the game, right? This is where we need you, Pip. He never was there. It was always MJ.
Yeah.
Pippen got the migraine in the 80s, right?
Yep.
Lost Game 7. Has his meltdown in 94 when Jordan's not even there. And then...
What did Pippen do in Portland?
Well, Pippen was pretty good in Portland. So, I mean, he kind of took...
win.
He kind of took them over the edge. But it wasn't just... I don't know what I'm trying to say. I'm just saying if you had a game, like one game to win, I wouldn't rely on Pippen.
No, absolutely not.
If Pippen was hurt and I had MJ, I'm good.
I'm okay.
But like the flu game, where's Pippen in the flu game? Right, that flu game only happened because Pippen didn't show up.
He was only carrying Jordan in one way, literally.
I don't have the box scores in front of me, but
yeah,
I'm sure Pippen was 19 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists, somewhere in there.
Probably those 6 assists.
But he
over half of them going to Michael.
If Jordan's got 108-degree temperature, he needed to be 30 points.
Sure.
10 rebounds. Triple-double, right? Give me a triple-double.
Step up.
Anyways, so, who do we got? Not tonight, right? No games tonight?
No games tonight. Tonight's an off night. Tomorrow we've got 2 Game 7s. Sixers, Raptors, Nuggets, Blazers. You've got Nuggets. I've got Blazers.
I got the Nuggets by 3.
See, and I've got Blazers in a close one by 3. I just don't see Dame. I don't see them stopping Dame. I think it's his time. I think Dame is going to move on. I think we'll go from there.
And the Raptors are going to take it.
We both got Raptors. Yeah, unfortunately, I'd love to see Philly do it, but I don't. Kawhi's Superman right now. I wish he was Superman in a Spurs jersey, but he's not.
I really hope we get Kawhi. I really selfishly want to see Kawhi guard Giannis.
Oh,
I want to see that.
Oh, that would be amazing. That would be amazing. You know what? I might want to see Toronto win just for that. As long as Milwaukee beats them, because God, I'd be pissed off if Toronto gets to the NBA Finals. I just don't want to see that. I don't want to see Toronto and Golden State. I don't even know if I'd watch. I'd watch. I'd have to watch, but that would just drive me up the wall.
Well, the NBA doesn't want Toronto and Denver. I promise you that.
No, God no.
As a basketball fan, I would love that.
Oh yeah, that would be amazing. That would be great basketball. But they want the media. They want Golden State. They want. Hell, they would have loved Golden State and Boston, but that's gone. I think it's. I'm just pushing ahead. I'm seeing Milwaukee and Golden State. That's what I'm seeing. That's what I'm seeing, and I'm seeing Milwaukee wins. I'm gonna give it 7. I'm gonna give it 7. It's hard. It's hard to push down Golden State. It's hard.
You're gonna have to kill Green. That's the problem. He's the heartbeat.
Giannis. I mean, can Giannis do
is
that?
Is he tough enough to?
Draymond Green gonna kick him in the nuts or something?
Maybe.
That's what he does.
Poke him in the eye. I mean, Draymond.
Can they bring back? I can't even think of his name. The dude that tripped up Kawhi that started all this. Who was it?
Zaza.
They're gonna get Zaza in there and have him.
Zaza plays for somebody. Maybe he might play for the Bucks.
Well, I know Gasol does, but he's out for the season now.
Maybe Zaza plays for the Bucks.
Maybe he does. I don't remember. Future point there, but
So we got West Finals. We've got Golden State. And I've got Denver. You've got Portland.
I've got Portland. I think Golden State wins regardless. Or do you think Denver's going to beat Golden State?
I don't know. I'd like to see what Golden State team shows up. Is it going to be Boogie and Durant? That's a different team.
Yeah, that is a different team.
I'm with some of these guys that, it didn't really hit me till I listened to one of the guys say, Durant was, I think somebody said Durant was a luxury, not a necessity. Like
sure.
They had Durant.
73 wins, man.
But this is the team, right? This is the team they want. This is the team they won 73 games with, all that. And that might be a scarier team.
Yeah. Yeah.
It might be.
I mean, we'll just...
Maybe that's why Durant wants his own team.
That's what I'm thinking.
But
does he want to be the man?
Does he want to be the man?
Well, I guess we'll see. Well, thank everyone for buying in, paying in, listening in, whatever term you want to use.
We're charging for this? People are buying this?
I'm joking.
I was going to say, I didn't get my royalty check.
But we'll be back again soon and talk a little more sports. We got a few ideas just in here, especially talking about, Jordan versus LeBron. Maybe some old school wrestling talk.
You could just look around and start talking about
having
stuff.
Conversations. Yeah. Hey, Astros. We got Cal Ripken up here.
We got Nowinski.
Usain Bolt, greatest athlete ever. Maybe. Who knows? We got Dirk.
Who's the greatest foreign player? Was it Ginobili? Was it Dirk? Was it Akeem?
Hey,
who was it?
Got Dr. J up there. Hey. We'll see. We'll have some good conversation pieces. But
can we plug things? Can I plug something?
Plug whatever the hell you want.
I was just kidding. I don't have anything to plug.
Okay.
Newman and Company.
There
right?
you go.
My wife owns a. It's a beauty. We're in the beauty industry. We do cryo slimming, which is popular.
Yeah.
And Mother's Day's coming up. So
cryo slimming, is that the little the little, what do they call them?
It's not, but it's kind of is.
Okay.
I hate to explain it. Go to the Facebook and you'll see all the stuff.
What's the Facebook?
Facebook is Newman and Company.
Newman and Company. Yep. Is this an asterisk? Is that like the ampersand?
Yeah.
Newman ampersand Company.
Yeah. Our ampersand has eyelashes on it, so you can't miss
that's adorable.
So we do that. We do teeth whitening.
Okay.
Right? So
I could use some of that.
There's a lot of stuff. It's not just for women, people. That's my whole point.
There you go.
Is we do a lot of stuff. So
hey, us men got to look good too.
Check us out.
Absolutely.
Check us out.
Hey, let's do it. All right, y'all. Thank y'all again, and we'll see you next round.
This is 4G Sports with Birdman and Newman.